6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Muhammad Zubair Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed to constitute a cabinet committee to devise a comprehensive strategy to eliminate power theft and line losses. Minister for Economic Affairs is leading the Pakistan delegation at the summit of the contact group of the non-aligned movement in Azerbaijan. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs has reiterated Pakistan's proposal for a renewed paradigm for arms control at regional and global levels. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly denounced the custodial killing of an innocent civilian from Kupwara by the Indian Army. Six for Justice has called on the G20 countries to support their right to secede from the Union of India through Khalistan referendum. The 18th match of Pakistan Super League is being played between Lahore Qalandars and Quetta Gladiators at Lahore today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif has directed to constitute a special cabinet committee to devise a strategy to eliminate power theft and line losses besides solarization of agriculture tube wells. Chairing the cabinet meeting in Islamabad today, he directed the Power Division to take immediate action against the officials guilty of power breakdown in the country on 23rd of January this year. The inquiry report on power breakdown has submitted to the Cabinet. The report highlighted human negligence in the power transmission system as the main reason for the breakdown. The meeting was also informed that the Kota Du Power Company, which has the Black Start facility, but its contract has expired. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said the nation is waiting for those responsible for this major incident to be punished for their serious negligence. Minister for Economic Affairs Division Ayaz Sadiq is leading the Pakistan delegation at the summit of the contact group of the non-aligned movement on post-COVID-19 pandemic global recovery being held in Baku, Azerbaijan. Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch at a weekly news briefing in Islamabad today said the summit, which began today, is aimed to formulate NAM's vision and strategy for promoting the agenda of post-pandemic recovery at international platforms. She said it would also put forward an initiative establishing a UN high-level panel on post-COVID-19 global recovery. The spokesperson also highlighted the ongoing human rights violations in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir during the last month and mentioned that the Indian troops martyred 5 Kashmiris. She said Pakistan will continue to raise its voice against the grave human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. To a question about latest report of European Union Disinfo Lab about India, she said the report once again corroborates our long-held position about some Indian media outlets involved in smear campaign against Pakistan. The spokesperson said Germany's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Dr. Tobias Lindner will pay his maiden visit to Pakistan from Saturday. About boat incidents in Italy and Libya, she said 7 Pakistani nationals drowned in a boat wreck near Libya's port city Benghazi. Finance Minister Sagdar has dismissed the malicious rumors about country's possible default. In a series of tweets today, he said these rumors are not only completely false but also belie the facts. The Finance Minister said State Bank of Pakistan's forex reserves have been increasing and are almost $1 billion higher than 4 weeks ago despite making all external due payments on time. He said foreign commercial banks have started extending facilities to Pakistan. Isagdar said our negotiations with the IMF are about to conclude and we expect to sign staff-level agreement with the IMF by the next week. The minister said all economic indicators are slowly moving in the right direction. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Hina Rabbani Kar has reiterated Pakistan's proposal for a renewed paradigm for arms control at regional and global levels. In a video statement at high-level segment of the conference on disarmament today, she said the renewed paradigm of arms control will restore trust both inside and outside this conference. Hina Rabbani Kar said strategic stability is eroding due to growing asymmetries in various regions. She said military expenditures are reaching new heights and arms races evident across multiple domains. The Minister of State said there is clear resistance by leading technology holders to limit or regulate new and lethal tools of modern warfare. She said the global security order today is in a state of disarray. Hina Rabbani Khar said this body must find ways to address the existing and emerging risks to security and stability at the international and regional levels. International Polio Plus Committee of Rotary International has acknowledged Pakistan's success against polio, saying that no new case has surfaced in the country in the last 5 months. This was stated by Chair International Polio Plus Committee Michael K. McGowan during his meeting with Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Masood Khan, in Washington. He said from an alarming number of cases last year to no new cases in past 5 months is indeed a huge achievement. He said Government of Pakistan, the Prime Minister and other leadership has manifested commendable commitment in the fight against polio. This is Radio Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has strongly denounced the custodial killing of an innocent civilian from Kunanpushpura area of Kupwara district. The civilian Abdul Rashid Dar was abducted by the Indian Army on 15th of December last year. His dead body was found in Zurhama forest area of the district yesterday. People staged forceful demonstrations in the hometown of Rashid Dar after his dead body was handed over to his family by the Indian police last evening. The protesters raised high-pitched anti-India slogans and demanded punishment to the Indian troops involved in Rashid Dar's abduction and subsequent killing in custody. China has called on all parties to play concerted efforts in Pakistan's economic development. A Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said this while responding to a question during her regular briefing in Beijing. Foreign Ministry spokesperson, China always carries out economic and financial cooperation with Pakistan and helps Pakistan to achieve steady economic growth, improve its livelihood and achieve independence development. She also highlighted that China and Pakistan are all-weather strategic cooperation partners and ironclad friends. The two sides have supported each other. President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev has proposed establishing a UN high-level panel on global recovery from COVID-19 to elaborate recommendations for the post-pandemic period. In an address at the plenary session of Summit of NAM Contact Group in response to COVID-19 held in Baku, Azerbaijan will continue to provide financial and humanitarian assistance to NAM countries in need. He said Azerbaijan provided coronavirus-related financial and humanitarian support to more than 80 countries. Six for Justice has called on the G20 nations to support their right to secede from the Union of India through Khalistan referendum. The demand has been made by the pro-Khalistan Six for Justice in an open letter to the G20 foreign ministers shortly after the summit which held in New Delhi. Six for Justice demanded that according to Article 1 of the Indian Constitution, India is not a country but a union of states, validity of which is conditional upon the continued will of the people of the states. It said since 1984, Sikhs who form the majority in the state of Punjab have been demanding the secession of Punjab from India to establish an independent Sikh homeland, Khalistan, but Modi regime has rejected the Khalistan referendum and uses violence to crush the Sikh people's peaceful movement for the creation of their homeland. It urged the G20 nations to take notice of India's use of violence against Khalistan referendum. India has been urging the G20 nations to ban pro-Khalistan activities on the grounds that the Khalistan referendum challenges India's territorial integrity. In the 18th match of Pakistan Super League, Lahore Qalandars will face Quetta Gladiators in Lahore today. The match will start at 7 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind and thunderstorm with snow over the hills is expected at isolated places in North Balochistan. And now once again, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed to constitute a cabinet committee to devise a comprehensive strategy to eliminate power theft and line losses. Minister of Economic Affairs is leading the Pakistan delegation at the summit of the contact group of the non-aligned movement in Azerbaijan. Minister of State for Foreign Affairs has reiterated Pakistan's proposal for a renewed paradigm for arms control at regional and global levels. Six for Justice has called on the G20 countries to support their right to secede from the Union of India through Khalistan referendum. The 18th match of Pakistan Super League is being played between Lahore Qalandars and Quetta Gladiators at Lahore today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.